Amber and welcome back to my channel, and this is my reading rush vlog. I am not sure if this is going to be a daily vlog or a week-long vlog, but this is the beginning of the vlog, and this is the Lily, and I'm in my PJs already because I am off work. Thunderstorming time, and so I'm in my PJs. I guess the best time to read is thunderstorming time. So let me tell you what I've read so far, because I've already finished a book. I have finished The Getaway Girl by Tessa Bailey, and it's about a girl named Madison who basically sneaks into her cousin's wedding uninvited, finds out her cousin has ran off, and basically provides her services as the getaway driver for the groom, and it kind of goes from there, and they become best friends, and then maybe something more as he runs for mayor. I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. He is definitely an alpha male kind of character, so if you don't like those, you probably won't like this. But I overall pretty much enjoyed it. Other than that, Lily is really enjoying me being home, however. And I also started Howl's Moving Castle, aka a book that was actually on my TBR. And I started that one on my lunch break today. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to read now while it's about to start storming again. But I'm going to be reading something and getting dinner because, oh my goodness, am I hungry. And Lily just wants to be pet, and it's a struggle. Okay, so I decided to read Technically You Started It by Lena Wood Johnson next. This is my pick for read a book in a single spot. It's told entirely in text format. I picked my cozy bed because I like to hang out in my bed, despite it being terrible for your health. And eventually I'm gonna have to get up and get food, but I'm definitely thinking I can make some progress in this one, especially since of the text message format. Also, I wasn't paying attention, and I guess Lily really missed me today because she put her mousey in the bed. Okay, so I have obviously done some other stuff. It is a bit later, but I have finished Technically You Started It, which means I have finished 2 whole things on day 1. I'm super excited about it. Technically You Started It is about a girl who gets a text message from a boy named Martin Nathaniel Monroe II, and he says that he's the good one and he's in her AP history class, and she's not sure which one because there's 2 and it's a long story, and the story kind of goes on from there, and she has a texting relationship with this boy. I ended up giving it a 4 stars. It is kind of predictable at times. You definitely know obviously where the story is headed, and it's told entirely through text message format, so there's not a ton to go on in certain areas, so it does at times get a little dry. However, I did enjoy it overall, and I did love seeing some demisexual representation on the page, which was super nice to see. Me and the Bean I'm probably going to read Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien 2 now. That is my other book that I probably could smash out today and get maybe 3 things read on the first day. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, yes, I'm in my PJs again. I love my pajamas. They are my favorite thing to be in when I get home, and I'm home. It was another day at work, and then I come home, and so here we are. I did not update you with my final book that I ended up finishing last night, but I finished it and then I started another thing and then we went to sleep. I ended up finishing Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien 2 by Johnny Sun. I ended up giving this 4 stars. It's about an alien named Johnny who ventures to Earth, and it's basically a graphic novel which has a bunch of like inspirational quotes, and it goes from dark to light-hearted very fast, and it was very cute, but it definitely is not for everyone, so I ended up giving it 4 stars, and I really am glad that I enjoyed it and I got something off of my TBR. I started 2 more books last night before I went to bed. The first one being The Hollow Boy. This book is the 3rd book in the Lockwood & Company series. Lockwood & Company is a series involving children who basically are the only ones who can see ghosts because as you get older you lose your sight. You basically potentially have the ability to have more special powers, and our protagonist Lucy has them. This is the 3rd book in the series. They basically all have like one big mystery and then like little things that are kind of weaving throughout. Me and my partner have been listening to these books this month, and we are now on the 3rd one. I think there are 5 overall, so we are chugging quite along, and we have been enjoying them. We gave the first one 5 stars and the second one 4 stars so far. So I'm highly anticipating this one's gonna be pretty good. And then the other book that I started, and I left it in the other room, is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This isn't on my TBR, however, it was on my TBR for the month, and I just wanted to start this. I really just was in the mood to finally pick it up, and so I got like 2 chapters in. Like, I just wanted to put it on my currently reading shelf just to have it there, basically. And this is about a girl who works in a library, and there's apparently going to be the sorcerer she meets is apparently going to be interweaved in her life somehow. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super far, but I'm very much so looking forward to it. As for the last thing in the updates category on books, I actually ended up finishing a book today while I was at work. I finished Howl's Moving Castle. This was a reread, so that's why I got to finish it in the 2 days that I was at work, because I had some spare time, and I read it on all of my breaks and then in my commute. I ended up giving this one 4 stars again. There's something about like the transformation scene for Sophie that kind of gets a little confusing when you're like reading it, but I really enjoyed Sophie and Howl's relationship. This follows Sophie, who is the eldest daughter, and she is told her whole life that, you know, the eldest is always gonna have like the worst lot. She kind of internalizes this and believes this until one day when she's one day turned into an old lady. It's cute, and I'm very much so looking forward to watching the movie with my partner later this week, or maybe even tonight. Tonight might be like the best day to spend with my partner, just the 2 of us. For my plans for the week, today obviously is PJs. Tomorrow is my basically come home, eat dinner, chill, potentially watch an episode or 2 of something on TV, spend time with the bean, ooh, Lily, ooh, sorry honey, and then go to sleep super early because I have work at 6 a.m. on Thursday, and then Thursday is kind of like a nice chill day, but my cousin might come visit us on Thursday, so like it depends how that goes. And then Friday I have work again, and then Saturday I have a concert out of town, so I just want to try to get as much reading done, but I also want to watch the movie. And then Sunday I'm off, so Sunday might be another day we could watch the movie, but we have to travel back from where the concert is because no one puts concerts near me. There's no concerts, there's no book events. I'm not bitter. I only live near a major city. Garen recently messaged me and said that he just started Blade So Black today. I might read a little bit of this tonight. I don't plan on reading the whole thing like I've been reading things on my TBR. I'm gonna definitely try to put some pages in on this one, maybe about 2/7 of this. I don't know how to figure out what 2/7 of this is, but 2/7 of this. I get a package in the mail. It is a book that I ordered. It just conveniently came today, and it is Collateral Damage by Taylor Simmons. This is basically about a world where superheroes exist and regular everyday people try not to be the collateral damage in their quest of, you know, superhero and supervillaining. So me and the partner are about to play a round of Mario Party 7. I have an ice cream sundae, and I put quite a bit into Penance. This was not on my TBR, nor was it the book that I said I was going to read, but I wanted to read it. I recently read Confessions, which is the author's other book, and I really enjoyed it. This is about a group of 4 girls. Basically, one day one of their friends has died, and they all kind of felt responsible, and we basically follow them after the fact. And apparently this is close to when the time limit for the statute of limitations for the murder was about to run up, because apparently until 2010 there was a 15-year statute of limitations in Japan. So I'm about this far in. I'm gonna pause to eat my ice cream and play Mario Party 7 with the partner, who is not feeling great, so he's not gonna be on camera today, but maybe he'll be back tomorrow. Hello friends, me and Lily have been cleaning. It is Wednesday, and we are cleaning in preparation for my cousin coming to visit tomorrow. She hasn't seen my apartment, so I want to make it extra pretty because anxiety, even though she's my cousin and she's seen, you know, my bedroom when it was like a disaster when I was younger. So that's a thing that I'm worried about for some reason. I don't know why. A random sock will make me anxious. It's been a fun time. But I'm currently cleaning. I took a break to, you know, check my email. I've been listening to the audiobook of These Witches Don't Burn while I've been doing that. If you see a tail, I'm sorry. But I've been listening to the audiobook of These Witches Don't Burn just so I can get through one of my TBR books. And this is the book about the witches. It's okay so far. I'm not super loving it, but I'm not super hating it. I have decided that I'm not going to read A Blade So Black, so I have to find a different book that it has been on my TBR for a year or longer. Garen messaged me and said, hey, I'm thinking about DNFing A Blade So Black, and he had been 50 pages in and I hadn't started it because I had fallen asleep prior to starting it. And I got up and started it today and went, you know what? I don't want to. So I decided I'm not reading it and I want to read something else. I read the prologue and I was just like, meh. So I'm gonna find something else I want to read. However, last night I made quite a bit of progress in Penance. I'm currently on the last girl's perspective, and they're kind of coming to a conclusion of they kind of might know who actually did it before the case is officially declared unsolvable. I will say I'm not enjoying this as much as I did in Confessions. However, I still have 3 chunks left. I know that I still have the perspective of one of the girls who, you know, was there, and there's 2 chunks after that, and you know, I'm curious as to where this heads. Plus this cover is eerie. But otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna read today. We are in the year of 2019 and I had to buy another GameCube controller. I've mentioned before my cousin is visiting and I had 3 GameCube controllers and there's gonna be more than 3 of us. So I had to get another GameCube controller and it's 2019. But now I have a pink one, a blue one, an orange one, and a purple one, and I'm excited to play GameCube games, and I'm hoping we'll play Mario Party, and it'll be a fun time. I'm excited. Okay, so this is a random update in my kitchen. I'm trying to give you more variety of places to update you, even if it's the same day. It's a random update from my kitchen, but I got an email that I got accepted for an arc of the 10,000 Doors of January on NetGalley, and I'm like super excited. This puts my NetGalley reading schedule for August in a little bit of a because I have a couple that I want to read in August, but I really want to read this one, and I was not expecting to get accepted, especially since I just requested it. And sometimes, you know, when you request the big name things, I think it's like their most requested book. I think it's one of the publishers' most requested books on NetGalley currently, but I got accepted for it and I'm super excited, so I might see if I could put that somewhere. I need to stop adding random books to my TBR, but I keep wanting to. Someone smack me and tell me that I need to stop, please. Okay, so I successfully finished Penance. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. My thoughts while reading it have sustained. I definitely didn't enjoy the one part, but overall I really enjoyed this work. I feel like the author is really good at twists and turns and making me gasp and go, oh my goodness, which I definitely did a lot of during this one, but I definitely did more of it during Confessions. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for more works by this author in the future. And this was a fun thing that was not on my TBR, but I got to read today. As for other things, I am going to clean my bathroom and then promptly go to sleep afterwards because that's the last thing I had on my to-do list, and I put it off to finish my physical book. So I'm going to clean my bathroom and then go to bed. I'm frustrated. So remember how I was reading this book and I was like, it's okay so far? So, you know what's not fun? Getting a cast of like a couple of name drops before the beginning, in the beginning of the book, and going, I bet it's this person as the like the villain, and by the time you get to the end, it being that person. I'm really disappointed. I wanted more out of this witchy book. I'm giving this 2 stars. Hi friends, it is the Thursday portion of the vlog. Instead of immediately checking in, I just went straight and did the read-in. Someone who did a Discord group and set up read-ins throughout today based on time zones, and one of the other time zones for Europe actually aligned with my personal schedule better than the time zone for where I actually live, so I decided to pop in that one. And so I started my next book. I started Truly Madly Royally, and I am about that far in. I'm super loving it so far. It is so cute, and the cover is definitely a scene in the book, and I'm definitely really enjoying it. So you ended up not seeing my face ever again yesterday, but that is okay. My cousin and her husband and my other cousin ended up coming up, and we watched Mamma Mia and played Mario Party, and I thought I was gonna like severely lose, and I didn't. I ended up winning because my one cousin ended up turning all the Bowser red spaces into Bowser spaces, and I ended up hardcore winning, and it was a great time because I have good luck when I have shit luck, basically. Otherwise, I ended up reading about 200 pages of Truly Madly Royally yesterday. Today's obviously Friday, and so me and my partner decided today is going to be the day we are going to watch Howl's Moving Castle. We went and had dinner. I read him a Pokemon murder mystery Wattpad story as we ate Red Robin. It was a great date. Oh, the waitress enjoyed the story as well. She cackled every time she came past because I would make comments about how the Wattpad story did not have commas and stuff like that, or if something wasn't capitalized. It was a great time. It was, you know, short enough where I could read the entire thing over the course of dinner. And we caught Pokemon because, you know, what would we do if we weren't Pokemon hunting, especially since they had a new update, and so we could do Team Rocket's quest line, and so we did that as well. Afterwards, my partner picked up a new game today because he is Fire Emblem trash, and so while he's playing his new game, I am going to be finishing Truly Madly Royally because tomorrow is the day of the concert, and I do not know how much energy I'm going to have to read to finish that book today, and that will be 7 books in 6 days. No, we're on day 5. That'll be 7 books in 5 days. Okay, so we finished Howl's Moving Castle, and I finished my book. We're going to talk about Howl's Moving Castle first, and then we'll talk about book. Both of them get 4 stars though, so it is what it is. Howl's Moving Castle, not like the book at all. It's a good movie though, definitely not like the book. I gave it 4 stars for a thing related to the plot and a thing related to the plot. Basically, there were 2 plot threads. One was related to the ending, and it wasn't clear enough for me, and one was related to the major conflict, and it wasn't explained enough for me at all. And I was like, if you're gonna make this the major conflict, you might want to explain it just a little bit better as to how it starts. And so I gave it 4 stars. Otherwise, I enjoyed it. I really like Studio Ghibli films. It's not my favorite, but it's a good one. I also read Truly Madly Royally. This was super cute, and my gut reaction is to give it 5 stars. However, I'm definitely gonna give it 4 instead. But I might sit on this, and if I, you know, am not, you know, basically I'm giving this 4 stars right now, but I might bump it up to a 5 if my small complaints are no longer as, you know, bothersome to me later. But as of right now, this is a 4 star, but it could become a 5. There were a couple of like little plot things that kind of bugged me, especially the ending kind of felt rushedly finished. And I felt like it could have used a couple more pages at the end. This is an art copy. It could have been fixed in the finished copy. And there was a thing with one of the character's sister that wasn't super explained. It just was like dropped and then like sometimes popped up as a plot point. And I didn't super love that. Minus the 5-star challenge, if I don't give this 5 stars, I have completed all of the Reading Rush challenges, which is super great. Hi friends, so it is Saturday and I'm not updating you at like 4 in the afternoon. That means I'm off. I woke up and my stomach wasn't feeling super great, so I'm gonna take a bath. I have a lavender bath bomb that I'm gonna use, and it's gonna be nice and relaxing, and hopefully I'll start feeling better. I'm going to be listening to the audiobook of Pride by E.B. Zavoid while I'm taking my bath. I normally take a pretty long bath, so I might make a good chunk of the way through this audiobook, especially since I listened to the very first chapter as I was going to bed last night. Afterwards, I'm probably going to be making progress on this giant stack of graphic novels that I have out from the library, especially since a lot of them are probably ones that I'm going to give pretty high ratings, and I haven't given anything a 5 star yet. and that's the only challenge I have left, and I just want a 5-star read. So I would love to boost my numbers by reading a ton of graphic novels today. Hi friends, we're gonna have a casual little chitty chat and then we're gonna talk about books. Cool? Cool. Okay, so yesterday I kind of dropped off after telling you that I was gonna go take a bath and read the audiobook and listen to the audiobook for Pride by Evie Zavoid, and then I just stopped updating you after saying that, you know, I was going to do that and probably read some graphic novels in bed because I really didn't have any other books on my TBR that I needed to read, and I was really bummed about the concert. I basically kind of had like a meltdown because I am tired of always kind of being sick and feeling, you know, I have, you know, a chronic illness, and sometimes being sick is just part of it, and I kind of ended up beating myself up about being sick, and I cried and kind of vegetabled. So what I did end up doing yesterday was I did end up taking my bath and I ended up reading all of Pride by Evie Zavoid. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I didn't super love it as a Pride and Prejudice retelling. I think it relied too much on you knowing what Pride and Prejudice was about than being a story on its own, you know, 2 feet, and as a result the romance just didn't seem as believable as it could have been, especially since it was a short story. It kind of felt like it was confined to a limited number of pages, and it could have dealt with it, and it could have helped with just expanding just a little bit more with content wise, and so I ended up giving it 3 stars. I ended up, after, you know, finishing that up, which I literally read all of in the bath, and then I watched way too many reading vlogs that were going up because, like I said, everybody's been posting daily vlogs and I knew that daily vlogs were not something I was going to be able to do. I ended up watching quite a few just to get them out of my like feed and just to, you know, kind of do something that would make me happy. And then when my partner got home, we ended up watching like most of the first season of Runaways, just because that was something we had both talked about wanting to do, and it was nice. It's Sunday. Today's the last day of the readathon, and I'm hoping today will be better. Okay, so I haven't updated you a bit, but I have accomplished some things. I basically put down all of the Newts challenges and have been picking books on my TBR to fit them. I'm going for Mazoologist, and so I was going with the ones for that, and then I wanted Librarian next, so I went for those challenges, and then Herbology, so I went with those challenges, and then everything else. Basically been working on that today. I did end up reading all of Bloom, which makes my 5-star read, which means I have completed all of the challenges, and I was really excited that I finally got to read this. We're low-key matching. Basically, I ended up giving this 5 stars because I really liked the story, and I liked our protagonists getting and how they got along and the progression of their story. I ended up really falling for the art style and the color choices, and, you know, queer boys, baking, yes. Also, side note, you put a book in Maryland, apparently I'm gonna rate it high, because the last two books that I read that took place in Maryland, I gave 5 stars. So just putting that out there. You want a 5-star read, pick a book from me that takes place in Maryland. It's always nice to see, you know, places you live in books. Hi Lily. For the rest of my day, I would like to snuggle my bean child. I would like to get some of the books that are on my currently reading shelf off of my currently reading shelf on Goodreads, because I am a monster and I keep starting books this week and it's getting to be out of hand. I finished Sorcery of Thorns. This is the last book I actually ended up completing for the reading rush. I'm about to go to bed. There's an hour left. I could, you know, power through something else and, you know, keep reading, but I'm pretty content with having completed all of the challenges and reading 10 books in the last 7 days. This one completed no challenges because it wasn't for a challenge, but I did give it 5 stars. I was expecting to give this 5 stars. I absolutely was in love with the concept, in love with the cover, in love with the author's previous book, and I'm super glad that I actually got to read this week. Stick tuned for the complete reading rush wrap up that I'm going to be doing later on. I'm sorry that this vlog is probably not the most interesting thing in the world. Like I said, it was a very busy week at work. But otherwise, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you all so much for watching and have a nice day.